Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel, and today I'm here with the mid-year freakout tag. I have been tagged in a lot of tags. I'm gonna get to them eventually, but I figured this one's time sensitive. I've already written the notes for it, so let's just jump into it. Number one is, what is the best book you've read so far in 2020? I have to say it is The Stars and the Blackness Between Them, which I know is very shocking. But if you think about it, I've only read 16 books this year, which is the lowest reading count I've had in a very long time. But I just really haven't had time to read this year. But like I keep saying, the reason that I really enjoyed Stars and the Blackness Between Them is just how sweet and genuine it felt. It wasn't that I met you today, I love you tonight type mess. It was two girls growing, learning about themselves, that had crushes that built over time. And I don't even need to focus on that because there was so much love in this book from their families. Just the black fathers being present in positive, healthy, loving ways. The daddy scenes made me cry multiple times. Just them being black and not traumatized. Making gardens, being vegan, doing yoga, just going to school, doing homework, having friends. You know, the same thing that you see in white contemporary style romances. The same thing without the trauma. I mean, yes, technically she gets sick, but that's how a lot of contemporary love stories are, right? What is the best sequel that I've read this year? Night of the Dragon by Julie Kagawa. Again, another book that made me a little bit emotional and emotional enough to where I actually tweeted the author, and she basically told me that my tears are her motivation, which kind of made me a Julie Kagawa stan, kind of love her now. But it was the third and final book of the Shadow of the Fox series, and it went out with a bang. She closed everything. She left a little door open. Are we gonna get a novella that goes more into what happened at the end? I don't know. I would like to know, but if she doesn't choose to write that, then that's fine as well, because I did really enjoy that sequel. New releases you haven't read yet but want to. This list is actually really long, but I wrote down a couple. So, A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. A Song of Wraith and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bash. Ooh, that's not her full name. I'm going to put it here because I don't know how I didn't finish that. Clap When You Land. Lakewood. All Boys Aren't Blue. The Sound of Stars. The City We Became. Rebel Sisters, and Burning God. But they don't come out till later on in the year, so yeah. Most anticipated release for the second half. Rebel Sisters. Rebel Sisters, Rebel Sisters, Rebel Sisters. Yeah. I mean, I'm also intrigued with Burning God, just because the way the Poppy War is written is so dark and so gory and just so satisfyingly dark and kind of depressing that I just don't know what Rebecca is going to do to bring this all together and rip out some souls, because somebody else is gonna die. I just know it. I haven't even started Dragon Republic, and I can pretty much assume everybody's gonna die. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Number 5 is, what is your biggest surprise read? And again, like I said, that is definitely The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. A shockingly 5 out of 5 star romance read for me, which I just knew that I was gonna give it a 4, and say it was cute. I just knew that's what I was gonna do, and I got emotional. Biggest disappointment so far in 2020 is Daughters of Nari. And to be honest, it was almost a tie with River of Royal Blood. And the reason that I'm choosing Daughters of Nari is because I actually DNF'd that one. I finished A River of Royal Blood and was left disappointed. I got about 200 pages into Daughters of Nari, and I realized 3 things. 1, I didn't care about the characters at all. No type of caring whatsoever. And 2, I felt like we had yet to actually get a real plot for the story yet. So that was my reasoning for stopping it. I own the book, so maybe I'll go back and finish it and see if my thoughts were correct. But it kind of feels like a filler book where it's just getting me ready for another book. And it's so long and drawn out and boring to me that I just didn't enjoy it. I was a little disappointed. The cover is why I bought it. And yeah, I was just disappointed. We'll just leave it at that. Favorite new author is the next one. And have I read a new author this year? Not yet. A lot of the books that are still on my anticipated reading list that I need to get to, a lot of them are new authors for me, but I haven't gotten to them yet. So I don't have a favorite new author. Number 8 is Fictional Crush. I haven't even read too many books about straight guys. Like, I've been reading a lot of books about women and gay women, actually. That's really what I've been reading a lot this year. Interesting. Have I read any books involving guys? Well, the Shadow of the Fox series, yeah, but like none of them sounded attractive to me, and 2 of them again were gay. So yeah, that's funny. All right. Number 9 is your newest favorite character. I don't think I have one right now. Yeah, I don't have a new favorite character right now either. Look, I've only read like 16 books this year, guys. It's a pretty slow year. Number 10 is books that made you cry, which I've already stated. Stars in the Blackness Between Them and Night of the Dragon. Both of them made me cry for very different reasons, but they still made me cry. Stars was happy cry, and Night of the Dragon, I was just devastated. That was just devastation tears. Yeah. A book that made me happy that I read this year. Oh, I forgot another one. So another book that made me cry this year that I don't talk about a lot is Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown. That book hit my core. Like, if you've never read Black Girl Unlimited, it reads as if you're getting a black girl wizard who is trying to figure out life while also going to a big private school where she has a supportive teacher. That's how the synopsis comes off. It's not like that, sweetie. It needs to have trigger warnings. It's got sexual assault, abuse, violence. It's got a lot of trigger warnings in that book. And there are a couple of scenes in that book that just hurt my soul. And if you guys want to hear me talk about that more, we discussed it in the Black Prose Book Club, because that was my quarter pick for the first quarter of this year. That was a book that I picked for us to read. And it was actually a very difficult book for us to even be able to try to discuss because of the symbolism and just the representation of the pain of an African American woman. So it was a very intense read for us, and like I needed a break after that. But I'll link that down below if you want to like get more thoughts about it. A book that I read this year that made me happy. Pretty much all of them that I've read so far have given me a sense of happiness. I won't even say happy. I'll just say it made me laugh. Wonder by Christina C. Jones. I listened to the interview between Oshale and Christina C. Jones in Quarantine Pages. And something about her energy made me want to read her books. She is 1000% a romance writer. And so I started with Wonder because they told me it was like an Alice in Wonderland thing. I cackled a lot. Like, I got my joy out of that book a lot. Wow. I got a lot of happiness out of that book. Let's see. All the books I've already mentioned today that I just don't want to repeat. Oh, and another book that's like made me really happy. Did I read A Phoenix Must Burn this year? I feel like I did. I don't know. Probably I did. But Atomic Habits by James Clear. I felt really inspired by it. Like, it's really helped me do a lot of things, and it's even giving me inspiration for content. So I gotta give a shout out to some of my nonfiction reads as well. So question number 12 is the most beautiful book bought or received. So I received this one in the Fairy Loot for May. And it is the Fairy Loot edition of The Girl Serpent Thorn, which I planned on getting anyway, but now that I have this, I couldn't possibly imagine getting the regular version. It has teal or very soft green sprayed edges, this beautiful, soft, beautiful cover. It's got a fantastic inside dust jacket. This book is a baddie. If you could judge books as being baddies, this is a baddie. And then obviously, I can't get over John Jennings' Parable of the Sower. Just this beautiful black woman on the cover, and she's got locks. Listen, this one, like, this was the one I planned on picking, and then I unboxed this one, and I was like, we're gonna use both because I can't pick between the two. So yeah. What books do you need to read by the end of 2020? Every single book that I've put on my TBR this year that I didn't read, I need to read all of those. So I need to finish Dragon Republic so I can get to Burning God. I need to read Clap When You Land. Obviously. I have a lot of books I need to read. I failed so many. I'm just going to flash them up here real quick because I really have not been reading this year. 2020 has been a very hard year for me mentally, as I'm sure it has been for a lot of you guys as well. And I've been translating my mental into gardening. Check bismuth back here. I just been putting my heart and soul into my plants and my side business as well. That's where I've been putting my focus. So I haven't been reading a lot at all. Fave new booktubers. So these are new booktubers that I just started watching because I was dumb enough to not know that they existed before this year. So obviously it'll be Musical Tati, Noria Reads, Part of My Imagination, Castle Library, and Bookish Realm. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 ladies, I have gotten the opportunity to meet them, and I feel like we're building a relationship, and it's really nice and just, just helps build that community. And so I just wanted to shout them out and just tell them, like, thank you for being a part of my 2020 and enriching my 2020. If they see this, if they don't, that's fine. But yeah, guys, that is my mid-year freakout. Hopefully we read more than 15 books in 6 months this go around. So I guess my question to you guys is, what book was your biggest surprise that you've read this year? I'd love to know your answers down below in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and until the next time, guys, bye.